Hello and welcome to the Be Free podcast. It is 1st of March that I am recording this. I really hope that you can hear it well. I'm recording from my phone today, having a little tech issues, but I really wanted to share this podcast with you today. And I have two kind of podcasts coming up for you. This one and another that really are divine downloads from the universe, and I really wanted to share the wisdom with you that I received. So today's podcast really is something that I think we can all learn from, something that I think we all need to hear, something that I think we all forget. And I just wanted to share this wisdom with you. So each and every morning I wake up, and I tend to wake up kind of 5:30, 5 o'clock-ish, and I'll lie in bed, and sometimes I'll do meditation. Sometimes I'm kind of in this world of between being awake and asleep. And I drift and I listen and I tune into my guides and I speak to my angels. And it's those times that I'll maybe do a bit of self-reiki or a bit of meditation or breath work, or just gently placing my hands on my body. And often I'll receive wisdom, and sometimes it doesn't make any sense. And I always write it down and reflect on it. It might be people's names, it might be messages, it might be things that I need to do. And the other morning I was lying in bed and I was getting really excited because energetically I've been doing so much work this year and last year, on improving my health, feeling fitter, and I'm really noticing a shift, and I'm getting excited about that. And there really is this it's like a little bit of a seesaw of life, where I want to really jump forward and get excited again and do the things that I used to do and the things that I'd love. But equally, I'm very conscious that I don't want to fall back into the same patterns that got me into the situation I was in the first place. So I was lying in bed, getting really excited, thinking of all the things I could do, all the things that I could share in the world, the classes I could run, the sessions I could run, mini retreats, and all the things. And I was getting excited. And what came through was, Susie, slow, slow, slow. Treat yourself like you treat nature. And I was like, okay, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. And I just sat and I reflected on that and processed that and thought that through. And I wanted to share some of the gifts and the wisdom that came from just hearing those words about treating myself like nature and connecting in. And nature really, well, we are nature for starters. As a human being, we are part of nature. We are living organisms that require, so many different things in order for us to be healthy, to heal, and also to grow. And nature can teach us so much about this process of growth and this process of healing. And for me, I have spent near enough, other than the days that I couldn't get out of bed, some time in nature every single day on this healing process. And it has been such an incredible tool for me. And, just watching, I'm now back, like it's March the 1st, and really the wheels started falling off of my health, I would say March last year. So it's been a long process. And what I've come to discover is we can't rush life. Like, I've always been very, very focused and driven, but there's only so much that we can control. And yes, we can support life. We can, do things that are going to support us. But ultimately, there is a divine timing, there is a divine plan in place, and we can't control some of the elements. So from my experience this year, and I've used this a lot, this analogy of gardening. So this year I've been like looking at trauma, healing, weeding out negative beliefs, weeding out negative patterns. And I just, I said to my husband just a couple of months ago, I am so sick of digging, Stuart. I am so sick of clearing the garden. I just want to plant some like beautiful seeds now. And this is the thing, unfortunately, we do need to clear the garden before we do the planting, because if we don't clear the weeds and we don't clear the pests and we don't clear, create this beautiful nurturing soil and environment for ourselves, we all know what weeds are like. They come back, they're prolific, right? So, yeah, we can keep planting in pretty seeds and pretty flowers and doing that, but unless we deal with the stuff that's underneath the ground that we don't really want to deal with, it's going to come back. So that takes time, and that is hard work, and that is what nature can show us, that we need to do the hard work. We need to do the preparation. We can't constantly just be in summer looking at pretty flowers all the time. We need to do the preparation and do that digging. And then from there, we can move on and we can really support ourselves through, if we were a plant, watering the plant and fertilizing and plant food and speaking to the plant and, providing this really beautiful, nurturing environment. And this is what I would really love you to take away if you're listening to this podcast today, is this: how do we create this for ourselves? How do we create this nurturing environment? But, how do we offer ourselves more compassion as we journey through life? How do we create this beautiful environment so that we can grow and we can heal? And I was having a little Google of the word nurture, like the definition of that. And it's just so perfect for this analogy of treating ourselves like nature, in that nurture means to care for and protect someone or something while they are growing. Yeah, and we are all growing and we are all evolving and we are all changing, because that is life. We can't stay stuck where we are. And there's another two parts on the definition. One was to help encourage the development of. So to help encourage the development of ourselves. So by nurturing ourselves, we can help the encouragement and growth. We're not berating ourselves and putting ourselves down and telling ourselves that, oh, you're not moving fast enough, you're not working hard enough, you're not, healing fast enough. That is not going to support you in developing and growing. But the nurturing will, the encouraging, that, oh my gosh, you're showing up for yourself. Yes, you're doing the work. Yes, today's hard. You are an incredible person. This is how we need to be showing up for ourselves. This is how we treat ourselves like nature. We don't give the tree into trouble for not growing fast enough, or hack it, well, you're coming out because you're not growing fast enough. We have to have this patience and compassion. And the third one, which I think is so, so lovely, nurture means to cherish, and it's to cherish a hope, belief, or ambition. So, nurturing the dream. So if you have a hope, for example, to be, to process healing of some type. So I have a hope that one day I am going to feel so vibrant and so healthy, and that my balance is going to be incredible, and I'm going to feel confident again, driving and doing things and showing up for myself. And I'm going to nurture that. So I'm going to cherish that hope. I'm going to nurture that dream. I'm going to stop being so hard on myself. So this divine message coming through to treat yourself like nature, I want you to really think about that and think about your own life. Like, how can you treat yourself more like nature? How can you nurture yourself more deeply? How can you cherish yourself? How can you encourage yourself? What would that look like for you? And I've got this beautiful book that was gifted to me from my friend Annie, which is called How to Be More Tree. And I felt guided to reach for that today before recording this. And I'm going to read you each this book, actually, if you're interested in nature or trees, which I am obviously quite obsessed by trees, the book's called How to Be More Tree, Essential Life Lessons for Perennial Happiness. Um, and, you know, this reflection, there's so much to be learned. Nature really does reflect us. But this one says, timing is everything, and it's about the beech tree. So it says, while it is often great to take the initiative, forcing something before it's ready rarely ends well. The multi-talented beech tree in particular knows this. Even though its roots have been gearing up for action all winter, and it's looking forward to busting out some spring foliage, it still bides its time, waiting until there is at least 13 hours of light a day. Trees that jump the gun and leaf as soon as there is a warm spell often live to regret it. Sort of like when you put flip-flops on at the first sight of sun, then it disappears behind the clouds and your toes turn blue. So timing really is everything. And, you know, mindfulness allows us to be more comfortable in that space of the patience and the frustration. I know that I have been so frustrated the past year and, you know, really just wishing things away, wishing the healing journey away, wishing, you know, rather than being fully present in it. And that has been my greatest teaching this past year, has been around patience and energy, and treating my energy body with love and respect. And that's what we can learn from nature as well. You know, what are we putting into the soil? What are we putting into our minds? What are we putting into your bodies? How is that going to affect our growth? How is that going to affect our healing? Are we nurturing ourselves? We've got my beautiful rose tea here. Are we nurturing ourselves with, you know, loving refreshments and nurturing foods? And, you know, that doesn't just mean, you know, sacrificing and living on salads. Far from it. You're wanting foods that are going to provide you with joy and positive vibrations, and yeah, compassion for ourselves on the days when maybe we don't feel like you know, the best versions of ourselves. But I just wanted to share this download with you, this piece of inspiration. I would love to let me know how you know, if this has meant something to you, if you can take something away from this, if this is what you needed to hear, then please do share it with a friend, loved one, on your socials, whatever. Reach out to me, drop me a message, connect with me any which way you want. Because connection is important, and nature teaches us that as well. All the trees speak to each other, they connect with one another. Underneath that soil, there's this whole communication system and community within nature as well. So I'm sending you so much love today. I really hope that supports you. I hope that you can hear this okay on my phone. I might go and record another podcast on my phone, because I just feel so guided to share these nuggets that I've been gifted between the realms in the morning. And yeah, so I've got some guests lined up for you soon as well, which is beautiful, and I can't wait to share their magic and wisdom in the world with you. But for now, sending you so much love, wishing you a beautiful start to spring. The daffodils and snowdrops are out, but go slow, my beautiful friend, and reflect and check in and nurture and show yourself so much love and compassion. I am surrounding you in the biggest, if you're watching this on YouTube, biggest, squashiest hug, and sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste, my love.